In this lesson, I will talk about resizing arrays. Now, you may recall in a previous lesson I mentioned that you need to specify the bound or the maximum number of items held in the array when you declare it, as these three examples show. But as much planning as you put into using your arrays, there may be times when you underestimate and you realize, I need more slots. And if you've already used that array for quite a long time in a rather large application, it could be very time consuming to go back and change the declaration and the index values you use in the application and so forth. So VBA does provide you with a keyword that allows you to resize an array. The two considerations here is you cannot use this keyword to create a new array. All right? You have to use a previously declared array. You also can't change the data type held in that array, nor can you change the variable name. All you do is simply change the number of items, the number of storage locations that are allocated to that array. So I'll use one of the ones we've created up above here. I use the numbers array to demonstrate this. Right now there's 21 available slots from index number 0 to index number 20. Remember, the value in parentheses on the dim statement specifies the bound or the maximum index value for that array. So say I realize, I need 2 more. Well, to be on the safe side, I may decide to create 4 more just to cover my butt. Now, the keyword that we use for this is redim. It kind of sounds like you're redeclaring the array, because dim is used to declare the array. And in a sense you are, but not quite. Let me finish this and I'll explain what I mean by that. We have to specify the same variable name, numbers, and now we put in here the new bound. So I'll say 24. We do not need the as keyword. We do not need the data type, integer, because it's already known to the computer. We're just respecifying the bound. Basically, what the redim keyword does here is it tells the computer create new storage for an integer array, and that's going to be this new piece of storage is what the numbers keyword will refer to. And this new piece of storage has 25 integer items on it. Now, the danger with this redim is, as I say, it simply creates a new array with a different number of items on it. Therefore, any values placed in numbers up to that point will be destroyed. That may not be what you want. You may want to keep your old values and simply gain slots to add new ones. The VBA language provides a keyword that will maintain those values. When the new data is created, the new storage is created, it will copy the existing values into the new one, and then you'll simply have more space to add more items. That keyword is preserve. It must occur right after the redim keyword and before the array name or the variable name of the array. Preserve will tell the computer, okay, I'm copying the existing values from the array into this storage as soon as I allocate bigger storage. And then, after I've copied the values, I destroy the old storage. So preserve allows you to maintain any values currently held on the array. Now there's one other aspect to this that I want you to know, especially for those of you who may be looking up some online references. VBA has something called a dynamic array that tells the computer at the time you declare it, this is one that is likely going to be having its size changed a lot. A dynamic array is told to the computer by not providing a bound when you first declare it. Okay? So say I'm going to create a dynamic array, I'll call it dyn, of integers. I do not provide a bound to it. Now, that means there is no storage allocated to this. Dyn is simply telling the computer that is a label that will be used for an integer array, size to be determined. So there's no actual storage allocated for this variable yet, which means no values can be put into it. In order to put any values into it, I must use the redim statement and say, oh, I'm going to have a bound of 12, so basically have 13 slots in the integer array dyn. Then I can start putting values in there. If I change its size again after values are in, I again have to use a preserve keyword to maintain or keep those values when I resize it yet again.